I'll choose to be anonymous with this because it's pretty embarrassing, and also putting my name out there tied to this is likely a horrible idea. There was a Craigslist ad posted in 2017 by a guy named Jackson. He was advertising free lodging for a girl who would watch over his house and clean, basically an au pair or nanny without having to watch any kids. I'll just be honest that I kind of lost the will to do a lot when I was 21. I had zero relationship with my parents or sister, and I only had a handful of friends who I could trust. I dropped out of college my first year, part of the reason my parents hated me for a while, and I was working a dead-end job at a vape shop. I like to just refer to this period as my attitude era, and when I saw Jackson's Craigslist ad, it really caught my attention. It had like 10 pictures of his house. It looked like a modest middle-class house, slightly old-fashioned honestly, but I was into that. The pictures weren't what got my attention the most though. It was the fact that free living was offered for a nanny-type position. No background check required. I didn't even ask my family or friends their opinion on this post before I just decided to reply to it. Like I said, I wasn't exactly talking to my parents or sister at the time anyway. I texted the number on the ad, and this Jackson guy responded within a few minutes. I expressed interest in the listing and just asked some basic questions. He had an answer to everything that honestly made me feel more interested, but he asked pretty early on in the conversation what my gender was. When I said female, it almost seemed as though his responses got longer. I honestly didn't care. Most people tend to prefer having a female housekeeper or nanny anyway. I was still interested. Anything that got me out of my parents' house. He said he wouldn't be home most of the time during the day, but he wanted to come home to a clean house, and that he also wouldn't mind coming home to a cooked meal from time to time after work. Honestly, I was cool with that too. If it meant free housing, hell yeah, I'll cook some food. Beat standing in the wage cage at the vape shop. Plus, he also said he'd pay for the groceries. It was sounding almost too good to be true. He suggested I come by later that day to check the place out and see if it's a fit. I said okay. A few hours later, I was on my way in my crappy little Civic to the guy's house. It was in a perfectly normal side of town. The block actually seemed pretty calm and peaceful. The neighboring houses had flowers and decorations outside, suggesting the neighbors were normal too. Good start so far. I went to ring the bell, and when the door opened, I was greeted by a man larger and honestly older than I had pictured. I had pictured this regular 45-year-old dad-looking guy. Instead, it was a man maybe 60 years old, 6 feet tall, gray beard, and a little overweight. He greeted me with a smile and went in for a hug even though we had just met. And honestly, the amount that he laughed made me feel pretty at ease. He showed me around the house. It was a 2-story house. The first floor was your basic kitchen, dining room, and living room setup. Then the upstairs was 4 bedrooms and a bathroom. He only showed me the guest room that I'd be using and the bathroom upstairs though. The other doors stayed closed. He said if I ever needed to use the office across the hall, I was welcome to. Down the hall was his room and another room that he didn't explain. I was surprised to hear there was only 1 bathroom. Then there was the basement. He said it was unfinished and that he doesn't use it for anything other than working out and doing laundry. That was the end of the tour. He didn't show me the backyard that day. I told him I wanted the job, and he told me I was hired. 2 days later, I came back with my stuff. I told my parents I got an apartment when they asked where I was going. I didn't explain anything more. The first night there was when I noticed the cameras. No, they weren't hidden. At least, I don't think they were supposed to be. They were just small black cameras mounted up in the corners of the living room and the kitchen. It made perfectly normal sense to me. He was letting basically a stranger live in his house. It wasn't that crazy that he'd want some security. Still, I wish he had mentioned it. That was the first time I felt even slightly weird about the situation. If you can't tell, I really wanted this to work out. That night, when I went to bed, I noticed how much noisier the house felt than when we toured it. I could hear the wood floors creaking every once in a while. At one point, I swear I heard what sounded like a door closing somewhere downstairs. I checked my phone, and it was around 1:30 in the morning. Again, I came up with a reason for this in my head. When you're laying in silence trying to sleep, you pick up on more sounds than you would when occupied by something during the day. Plus, every old house makes sounds like that. The next morning, he was already gone, like he said he would be. He had left a note on the counter with a list of things he wanted done. It was normal stuff. He wanted me to do his laundry, vacuum the floors, wipe down the kitchen, and stuff like that. I tried to just focus on the fact that I wasn't standing behind a vape counter all day anymore. I did his laundry first, then I cleaned the floors and wiped everything down. After that, I went back upstairs and started setting up the bedroom more like my own space. I unpacked my clothes, set up my laptop on a small desk, and put a few personal things around just to make it feel less temporary. I remember thinking maybe this could actually work out. I was actually being positive. After I finished everything, I just relaxed for a while and watched YouTube videos on my laptop. Not hearing my parents yelling downstairs or having one of them burst through my bedroom door barking orders at me was a breath of fresh air. The first week actually went pretty normal. At night when he got home, we would talk a little, like about basic stuff. It never really got deep. He asked about where I grew up, what I wanted to do eventually, stuff like that. I cooked dinner a few nights in a row, and he seemed to appreciate it. I started thinking maybe I just overreacted about the cameras and the weird feeling, but it didn't all stay happy and peachy. One night, I made pasta with chicken and some vegetables. I tried my best, but I'm not some housewife-type star chef. I was some young, angsty goth girl. When he got home, he looked tired and irritated. He took one bite and his whole face changed. He said it tasted bland. I said sorry and offered to add some seasoning or make something else, but he just kind of snapped. He said something like, if I was going to be living there for free, the least I could do was learn how to cook something edible. He pushed the plate away and stood up. Then he told me to clean up the mess I made in his kitchen before he walked away toward his bedroom. They caught me completely off guard. It wasn't even just what he said, it was how fast his personality seemed to change. He had seemed so easygoing before that. I cleaned everything up quietly and hoped that he had just had a bad day and nothing more. Everyone has bad days. The next morning, I actually apologized to him. I didn't even really think I did anything wrong, but I wanted to keep things smooth. I told him I was sorry about dinner and I'd try harder. He just laughed like it was nothing. Then he said something that made everything weird. He said maybe I could make it up to him by cleaning the house in my underwear that day. He said it with a smile, like it was supposed to be funny. I remember just kind of freezing for a second because I didn't know how to respond. I told him I wasn't comfortable with that, to put it lightly. He just laughed again and said he was joking and told me to relax, and then he went to bed. I remember standing there after he left, feeling really unsettled. It was the first time I really thought maybe there was something off about him beyond just being moody. That was the first time I texted one of my close friends about what was going on. I told her about the living situation and what he said. She immediately told me I was insane for staying there. She told me to leave as soon as possible. I didn't want to, though. As weird as it was getting, I still felt like I had more control over my life there than I did living with my parents. Going back there felt like failing again. The next Monday, I was leaving the house to go buy groceries with some money he had left for me. As I was driving, a car behind me started laying on the horn. I thought I did something wrong driving, but it kept following me. I pulled over because I started getting scared that something was really wrong. The car pulled up behind me, and a girl got out. She looked around my age. She walked up to my window and asked if I was living at that house. When I said yes, she immediately told me I needed to stay away from that man. Apparently, Jackson wasn't even his real name. She said she was the girl who had the same arrangement before me. She told me she eventually realized he had cameras watching her constantly. She said she started noticing he knew things he shouldn't know. She said when she tried to leave, he made it very difficult and kept asking questions about where she was going and when she was coming back. Then she told me one night she woke up and saw him leaving her bedroom. That part made me physically sick. Then she told me the worst part. She said he didn't even have a job. She said he lied about going to work every day, and she eventually realized he was still somewhere inside the house most days. I just sat there trying to process it. Every little weird thing suddenly started making sense. I asked her how I could leave without causing problems. She told me to act completely normal, to start slowly taking important things out so he wouldn't notice. She said when I leave, I should make it look like I was just running errands. She told me not to confront him and not to let him know I knew anything. After she left, I just sat in my car for a few minutes trying to calm down before going back. When I walked back into the house, it felt completely different. I felt like I was being watched even more than before. That night, I checked the room carefully like she suggested. She was right. After a few minutes of looking around, I noticed something small on the top shelf of the closet. It was pushed away into the corner. When I moved a box, I saw a tiny black lens pointing outward through a small drilled hole. I just slowly put the box back like I didn't see it. Needless to say, I didn't sleep at all that night. I looked at the darkness of the room, wondering what I'd gotten myself into. And honestly, I'm glad I didn't fall asleep that night, because at some random crazy hour in the night, I heard my door creak open, and I flipped to my side and looked at the door. It was Jackson. He noticed me look at him, and he apologized for waking me and closed the door. What the actual was that weirdo planning on doing? I needed to get out of there. The next morning, I started my plan. Every day, I would bring one small bag of stuff to my car. Just normal things and nothing obvious. 3 days later, I left while he was at work, and I never came back. Though if what that girl told me were true, who knows where he actually was? Maybe in the house somewhere. He texted me later asking where I was. I told him I decided to move back home and thanked him for the opportunity. He kept texting, asking why, and saying I should at least come talk to him in person. I never responded again. About a week later, I noticed something that still bothers me. I got an email notification saying someone had tried to log into one of my old accounts. The login attempt was from the same town his house was in. I changed everything after that. I don't know what his real intentions were, and honestly, I don't want to know. Nothing technically happened to me, but I really believe if I stayed longer, something eventually would have. If you ever see deals like that offering free housing from strangers online, just remember, nothing like that is ever really free.
First day on the job at Sonic. Hey! Waiter!
I'd be damned if I get turned down, baby, I'm not letting up. Baby!
Hey.
What's going on?
Hey, guy. One thing about
Hey, if you're watching this, could you maybe subscribe? It'll really help me out. If not, it's okay. Hope you have a great day. Hey, if you're
This is 28-year-old Trevante from Garden City, Michigan.
This is okay. I just want to make sure.
You here to crack some your old ass? What's going on? You said you wanted to break her back and then maybe cuddle and watch a movie.
You said that.
I'll tell you what I went use the $20 for.
What?
To hang out with a year-old.
Are we dead ass right now? Did you know she was?
Yeah.
Why? You were just talking to a 36-year-old. Why didn't you go for her?
Yeah, another one bites the dust. What's going on, boys and girls? It's your boy, Skeet Hansen, back at it again. This time we were accompanied by no other than multi-millionaire Jadion, the best multi-millionaire in the world. Genuinely, the best multi-millionaire. We're going to be catching this guy.
Hey, you're a multi-millionaire too, bro. You got a Lambo.
No, I got a salvage title.
No.
It was
a
only,
brand new
I got it for
Lamborghini.
$50K.
This boy's
Salvage title.
got a higher net worth than me, y'all. Don't let him play you.
No. This is 28-year-old Trevante from Garden City, Michigan. He just got $20 together for gas money so he could get himself on over to this sting house that is over here in Chesterfield, Michigan. Now, he thinks he's talking to a year-old girl. The conversation got pretty graphic, pretty fast. He says he could go to jail just for being with this girl. He asks if she's trying to get cracked like an egg. Do you have any input on that? Okay.
I don't.
Okay.
I guess he's about to get folded like an omelet.
Probably. He says his is long and girthy. So that's that's good to know, and it just kind of goes on from there. He says that he basically it's a lot of talk, so we know it's no question what he's
Bad guy.
Yeah,
But luckily he has two multimillionaires to talk him out of this, and maybe steer him on the right track.
one multi-millionaire. Two. I'm coming up. I'll get there one day. Get there one day. But yeah, I guess that's all that there is to be said. Let's get this guy.
Let's get this free.
Oh, this is my living room.
Oh, it's a nice ass living room.
Well, you can just sit here. I'll turn the TV on. If you don't watch haiku or whatever. I have a question. Do you watch like hentai?
I watched it before. I haven't watched it in a really long time because it's weird. It's really weird.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I've never seen it. So how was the drive?
It wasn't too bad. It was only like 50 minutes. I thought it was going to be a full hour. I used to go to KZoo, so I'm like, oh, that's not that bad.
Oh, that's cool. So what do you want to do?
Watch TV, hang out, chill.
What else do you want to do?
That's up to you, fam. Whatever you're comfortable.
Okay. Is it okay that I'm like...
Whatever you're comfortable with, fam. Whatever you're comfortable with.
I just want to make sure.
It's wild that you're trying to with me. That's why I'm like so bad.
Why is that wild?
Because you're so young.
So?
I don't know. It's just crazy.
It's wild you're trying to fuck with me. You're the 28-year-old trying to mess with it. Make it make sense.
You here to crack some your old ass?
Download the Locals app or head on over to skeeterjean.locals.com to watch this video uncut.
Is here?
The light.
I appreciate you, man. Hey, if you don't mind, is it cool if I just like pat you down? I just want to make sure you don't have any weapons. Can you just stand up for me real quick? Is that cool if I just see you? Okay, appreciate it.
I said I wanted to hang out.
I'll grab your cheeks a
That's
little.
crazy.
Yeah, that's just your wallet.
So you wanted to hang out with a year old, and you're 28 years old, is it? What were we planning to do tonight here, Trevante? No, that's not what I see in the transcripts.
I didn't want to do anything she wasn't comfortable with. She's a young girl, like really young. I could have
Really, a young girl that can't consent to some of the things that you were saying you wanted to do with her, like crack her like an egg. Right. Now, if you did crack a year old girl like an egg, I would say that's a yolk stain that you wouldn't be able to get out very easy. Right. So what was the thinking?
just trying to hang out, meet new people. Maybe she introduced me to someone my age.
Did you go to DreamCon?
No.
Oh, you didn't? You know what DreamCon is? Why didn't you go this year?
I don't know if it was in this area.
No, it was in Houston, bro. You should have pulled up, man. Then you wouldn't have gone.
You seem like the type. I know you're an anime guy, right? Okay.
Listen, the only reason why we're not going to the cops is because you were telling her that you have like plugged to watch all the animes, right? And bro, me and my boys keep right here. We're trying to catch up on Jujutsu Kaisen. Like we want to figure out what's going on with that stuff.
We're missing out.
Really? Are we? I'm watching a while. We've been busy doing this all day.
First season or just the second season?
Whatever the latest season is.
I haven't seen anything since season 1, man.
Oh, it's 3? Oh, okay.
Like, bro, I've been fiending for Jujutsu Kaisen so much, but I've been, like, bro, I almost ate your finger. You won't get that reference.
I haven't watched it in ages.
So, Trevante, man, do you live by yourself or you live with family?
I live with myself.
Live by yourself? Hey, you work at the warehouse, right? Okay, what do you do at the warehouse?
Just inventory.
Just inventory? Okay. So you make a full-time living? That's fire, man. Listen, bro, I mean, you're a young guy. How old are you?
28.
28 years old, okay? Like, bro, you're not hopeless cause. You know, you're not an ice cream man that's 60 years old. You know what I mean? You can actually change from this experience. I personally don't even, I hate the judicial system. Bro, I'm a victim of it, bro. I just got falsely arrested and labeled as a multi-millionaire. And, you know.
And he's nowhere near a multi-millionaire.
I'm nowhere near him, especially at those lawyer fees. And so I'm cooked now.
Yeah.
But this man right here, he genuinely is a multi-millionaire.
I own this house as well as a lot of houses around the area on the water and various yachts and buildings and that sort of thing.
So if you need help with, you know, I don't know, freaking therapy or anything like that.
I know a guy.
Just he knows everybody.
I know lawyers too.
Drain your pockets. But I mean, we're not gonna even have to get lawyers involved or anything. I think.
I also know police officers, but we're not going to go there yet. Something I do want to touch on. You said you were going to come here and talk to her and hope that she had someone your own age to introduce.
You good, man?
You wanted her to introduce you to someone your age that you could talk to. So what makes you think that this girl would know someone who's around 28 years old that would be single and ready to talk to someone like you?
She was on dating apps trying to talk to me, so maybe
And how old did she tell you that she was?
18.
Huh?
18.
You want to try again?
She told you that she was 18 when you came over here?
No, she admitted that she was. She told me.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy. We hear you. Mr. Anime man. Shut the fuck.
Well, I think what you mean is the app displayed, her age displayed 18, right? But she told you, right?
So, I mean, bro, you got glasses on, so we know you're smart, and you can see this from a mile away.
Absolutely.
So, what does 28 plus equal?
52. No, not 52.
It equals trouble. And you were about to get into some trouble. You know, you said right off the bat, and I have the message right here, you said, whoa, I can get in trouble for doing this.
And then you say, because I'm grown and I could go to jail with you.
So why would you go to jail for messing with her?
She's a young girl, and if I did anything, even if she consented, she has no consent, that could be an adult.
I appreciate you.
That's a good answer. You fully understand how that works.
Because if you came in here saying like, oh man, it doesn't matter, she can give consent and stuff, but at least you know that she can't give consent. So if we know that, man, like, why